Welcome back to Empathic Expressions. I'm Linda, and today I wanted to talk about getting rid of those toxic negative feelings. Those can be so bad for an empath. They just leech onto you and they will not let go. Especially if it's like something that happens early in the day. You have this bad experience. Somebody says something bad to you, and then you just eat at it, and it just gets really bad. It festers. The next thing you know, you've turned yourself into the bad guy, and you're talking to yourself about how horrible you are, and you just start to self depreciate. It's not cool. So. How do we let go of those negative feelings? Now, I'm not like a doctor or anything like that. This is all advice that I have gotten from other empaths, from my own therapist, from my husband, from my mother, anybody who would give me advice on how to feel better. Lots of different articles, and so I'm going to kind of share those little bitty things with you today. So the bad thought, the negative feeling, whatever it is that's eating at you, you try to catch it like as soon as you can and just replace it with something positive. And I know that's like, that's like a simple thing to do, but it's obviously not a simple thing to do. It's very hard to do, but the more that you try to do it, the more that you like flip that script, the easier it becomes. And so, when you start, especially if it's like a feeling bad about yourself, if oh my gosh, like I'm probably a little bit heavier at this point in my life than I would like to be. I've had a baby, but like I'm almost 40, and like I have a little bit more around my midsection than I'd be comfortable with. And so sometimes it kind of does bring me down. But if I like think about, oh, I'm so fat, then I'm just going to probably get fatter and fatter. But if I start thinking about, man, I'm really losing these calories faster, I'm really building this strength up quickly, or, my face is really thinned down, or like, man, my hair's been looking really nice, or, I have really great eyebrows, whatever it is that makes you feel better, like start telling yourself that, like replace that bad thing with a good thing. And it gets easier every time, and you start feeling better, and feeling better, and then you start being better, and like you just start losing that weight, or whatever it is, fixing that acne, or getting better at a language, or whatever it is that you want to improve. You achieve it because you start telling yourself that you can, or you're doing good at it, and you'll get better at it. So that brings me around. The next thing is self-care. It's not a selfish thing, it's actually a very vital thing. So I'm a big fan of self-care and self-pampering, and making sure you're getting that alone time, like take a walk, get a facial, take a bath, if you have a hobby, like take some time out to enjoy your hobby. If you don't have a hobby, like find a hobby, because it's my mom, I remember telling me when I was a kid, and she was like, find a hobby. Like, I'm bored, Mom, I'm bored. She would be like, well, find a hobby. And I'm like, ugh, hobby. Like, that's a nerd thing. And so, you know what? I'm a nerd now, and I have hobbies, and it's great, because I always have something to do and fill my time and occupy my mind other than negative thoughts. And so, yay for hobbies. Another thing is, like, don't compare your life to somebody else's life. Like, you are not them. So you're not going to be able to be them, and their life is probably not as great as you are imagining it to be. I'm sure that they have their own problems, and they probably just don't announce those to everybody. So you don't know that they have, debt issues, or gambling problem, or a sixth toe, or third nipple, or whatever it is that they are carrying inside. Like, everybody has baggage. Not everybody is not perfect, so you can't compare yourself to somebody else, because you're not that person. So don't even go there, because it's just not something that is ever going to end up well. Find something productive to do. Find a closet to clean. Find that thing you've been wanting to organize. Like, find a project that will take your mind off of that bad energy, that negative thought, And when that is over with, you know you're going to feel good about what it is that you've created, what it is that you've done. So definitely get that hobby. And then don't put stipulations on yourself about what you need to be happy. If you are like, I'll be happy when I lose 10 pounds. I'll be happy when I own a house. I'll be happy when I have a car. Or I'll be happy when I've got $500 in my bank account. Like, if you're always putting a stipulation on yourself of what you need to be happy, then you're always going to need one more thing to be happy. So you really need to find a way to be happy with the things that you have. Like, find things that you have that you're already happy about. That I'm not saying that doesn't mean you can't want things and desire or achieve, have goals that you want to achieve, but just don't think that you need to achieve that in order to be happy. So then that brings me around to achieving what it is that you feel like you need to be happy. So, you know, like, yeah, okay, example. I would like very much to be a homeowner. That is my big goal, is to own a home. Right now we're in an apartment, and it's a little bit cramped. So I would very much be happier if I was to have a home. But that still doesn't, that I am still very much a happy person. I'm very happy with my life. I have a lot of wonderful things to be happy about, and I'm grateful for those every day. But I'm still working towards owning that home, and hopefully in just a few videos you'll see me in a new abode. So you know, send me that good energy. So to get those achievements, you got to visualize and attack. Picture, like, in your head, close your eyes, and like picture, like, I'm picturing my home in my head. Like, what does it look like? What is the backyard like? What is my living room like? What am I going to decorate it like? How is it going to feel to be in my kitchen using my dishwasher, or to be on my back porch and step off of my patio and into my grass? Like that, how is that going to feel? How is it going to feel to be in my bed in my home? You know, like, how's it going to feel the first time a pipe bursts in the basement and it gets flooded, and then I have to be responsible for replacing that? Like, how is that going to feel? Like, you know, but then those are things you're going to have to think about too. Like, there's downsides and there's upsides, and you got to be prepared for both. So when you, a statement I've always liked that has always helped me with visualizing an attack, like, your focus determines your reality. So focus on what you want, and then what you want will be your reality. So just visualize, focus, and attack, and then take the steps towards achieving that goal. Don't go to the it always happens to me. That's always how it is. Like, they always get rid of the product I like. Every time I find shampoo I like, they cancel it, and they don't it discontinue it. Or you know, like, I always mess it up, or I always screw up. Whatever it is, don't own that. Don't do that to yourself. Like, if you think that way, then it's gonna happen. You know, like, your words have power, so you gotta be careful with them. You know, like, I'm not gonna let this happen again. Like, no, I'm not okay with this. Like, this always happens. Then you're like, I accepted it. Okay, it always happens. You know, I expect it. No, I don't expect it. I'm not okay with that. It's not gonna happen again. I'm putting a stop to it. It's done. That's what you gotta do. So then hi, Xander. Hi. All right, dude, enough. So you've got to allow yourself to feel the emotions and then move on from those emotions. I'm not saying you can't ever have bad feelings or bad emotions. You just got to let them happen, right?
Right.
Right. So when those emotions happen, cry your tears, be mad, say your piece, and then move on. Don't just keep crying about it. Don't just keep being sad about it. Okay, I'm angry about this. Now, how do I fix it? So then you find the solution. Right, Xander?
Right.
Right. So that comes to the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. That is not part of the solution. Thinking, oh, I could have done this, or I should have done that, or if I would have did it this way, you did it the way you did it. You did what happened. It is what it is. So now you have to deal with it, and then, learn from it, and then move on from that. Every experience can be a learning moment. Like you went through that for a reason, and then you will learn from it. So, do or do not, there is no try. That's Yoda. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so if you're a Star Wars fan, then you'll probably find a lot of Star Wars quotes in my videos. So apparently my toddler wants my attention, so I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope that you found lots of good advice, and if you have more advice to give to me, I'd be happy to listen to it, and I'll pass it on to Xander, because we know toddlers are full of their negative moments, right? So I'm going to go spend time with my family. You have a beautiful day. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.